Sylvia! It was so kind of you to donate those potions. I'm including them as prizes as part of a new Hero of the Month program. And if that goes over well, I'll be buying more from you for future months.
I guess it pays to be generous.
Well, it certainly got me thinking about how nice it would be to have that sort of control over my own business dealings. You didn't have to ask anyone's permission to make a donation. You didn't have to justify your decision to your stakeholders.
Well, I did get some dirty looks from the owl. But hey, a Hero of the Month program sounds like a good way to boost morale.
Oh, that's the barest tip of the iceberg. I'm making some changes around here. Big ones. You see, I realized something. In all our discussions of how we might make this organization better for the heroes, I was towing the company line. Even when my heart was with the heroes, my head was caught up in a certain way of thinking, an old way of thinking. It's the old ways that are broken. We need new ideas, new paradigms.
Hence the big changes you mentioned.
That's right. And those big changes start with the dissolution of the guild.
Disillusion?
You heard me. Effective immediately. The Heroes Guild is no more. And in its place shall rise the Heroes Guild. I just realized that it's probably confusing without seeing it spelled out. But there's an apostrophe now!
Still confusing.
At its heart, it's a simple idea. Rafta's Heroes Guild has always been a part of the larger organization. A franchise beholden to the main chapter back home. But this particular chapter is a risky venture by modern standards. The guilds of the mainland are a well-oiled mechanism. Out here, everything is less predictable and more dangerous. So my family feels they've put much more into Rafta's guild than they've gotten out of it. They've gone so far as to call it a money pit. So I offered to take it off their hands!
So now you're in charge?
Yes and no. I'm writing a new charter, one that will transform our little clubhouse into a non-profit operation. The value that the heroes generate will be funneled directly back into the organization and into their own pockets. As for the question of who's in charge, if I've learned anything in recent days, it's the limits of my own perspective. We'll be holding elections soon to determine who will join me on a leadership council. By electing and empowering representatives from their own ranks and establishing a system of checks and balances, the heroes can rest assured that my own personal blind spots won't become systemic blind spots capable of impeding the organization as a whole.
Wow. It actually sounds like you did it. You solved all the guild's problems.
Well, not all our problems. My chambers are still drafty, and the lack of natural light in the morning is just abysmal.
Still, I'm surprised your family agreed to this. Even if the guild isn't as lucrative as they hoped, it's obviously generating revenue. And as unique as Rafta is, there's potential for this chapter to be massively profitable down the line.
The truth is, they didn't just hand it over. They are business folk, after all. But I was able to convince them that the guild's prospective earnings were somewhat less than the value of my inheritance. So I'm officially out of the will, and my monthly stipend is a thing of the past.
You mean you're broke now?
For the time being, but I still think I came out ahead in this negotiation. The guild is going places, Sylvia, and I and my heroes now stand to benefit directly from the hard work we put into it. Plus, my mother still intends to send regular care packages, so my hair care regimen, at least, will not suffer in the meantime.
Phew.
I feel good about this, Sylvia. It's the start of a whole new way of doing things. A heroes' guild that is for the heroes and by the heroes.
Hence the apostrophe.
Exactly! You see, it's not just a flashy change. But that's enough shop talk, surely. Come, let's make the most of our time. That skull does loom large, doesn't it? As monuments go, it's a little morbid. But it's a good reminder of where we've been and of what awaits us at the end. I'm happy that between those points our two paths converged. Sylvia, my beautiful confidant, your faith in me has buoyed me across dark and stormy seas. I haven't liked to show it, but I've doubted myself quite often in the months since coming here. There were days when I wanted nothing more than to return to my old life of luxury and leisure.
Luxury and leisure do sound awfully tempting.
You would be bored by it, I think. Don't get me wrong, I fully expect to be rich again one day, and when that day comes, I intend to spoil you as much as possible. But you're not well suited to being anyone's lapdog, and I do very much mean that as a compliment.
You know me well.
And to know you is to love you. Sylvia, you've brought vigor and rhythm to a heart that yearned for new and meaningful experiences. It beats now for you. Come closer and feel it for yourself.